What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about Bloodseeker and why he is the best carry of this patch. Honestly, I didn't see this coming, and a lot of you guys commented on my last video of Anti-Mage and telling me why I was so wrong. I thought this hero was absolutely trash. Now, given I haven't been following through the win rates too much, I haven't been very active in Dota as of lately. I've been very busy with some other real life stuff, so unfortunately I haven't been able to keep up. But thanks to you guys, now I know that Bloodseeker is an absolute beast, and the hero is absolutely dumpstering most pup games right now, and you should really be taking advantage of this hero. Sitting at a 55% win rate is absolutely insane, so you should be picking Bloodseeker as much as possible. The hero does not have a lot of counters right now and is also an absolute menace. Now, that's all thanks to his new way of building. So typically you used to build Maelstrom on Bloodseeker, Blade Mail, items of this nature. Nowadays you're not building that. The build on Bloodseeker right now is Null Talisman into Phase Boots straight into Radiance. After the Radiance, you can either get Aghs or you can get Sanj and Yasha. So it really depends on what you're needing. If you need that Aghanims Scepter and you can afford to get it faster, then obviously get it. It's a big damage source. It allows you to stay alive in the fights because it's just so much damage, and once you kill someone, you're going to get a lot of that HP back, and SNY is going to help you do that even more. It's going to amplify that, so it's a really strong item to have, as well as BKB. And then it really depends what you want to get. I've seen a lot of players getting Dagon, which I think is really cool. For the ultra late game, getting a Dagon is pretty cool. So pretty much get whatever your heart desires, but the staple is going to be that Phase Boots, Radiance, Aghs, SNY. Everything else you could pretty much get whatever you want, and you could also go for some mixed damage. If there's a Phantom Assassin in the game or something like that and you want to have an MKB, then obviously go for it. If you feel like you need something else, then obviously pick that up, but this is just your standard build. This is what everybody's building, and the facet you guys are going to be picking up is the Arterial Spray, which pushes ruptured enemies back. So it's pretty simple. It's just going to give you that extra little bit of damage by knocking targets back, and it's extremely frustrating to go up against. It's super annoying as someone who can't really do a whole lot against the Rupture. It feels really tough to have a Bloodseeker manning up against you and not being able to do a whole lot. Just getting pushed back and taking a lot of that Rupture damage can be quite problematic for a lot of heroes. But again, this hero kind of went away from my radar. At the beginning of this patch, the strongest hero that I was playing, and I was also seeing from everybody else, was Alchemist. Now nobody's really playing Alchemist and just playing Bloodseeker, which is crazy to me how this patch has really changed so much to the point where it's pretty much evolving into a new meta, and it hasn't been a new patch. That's one of the reasons why I love Dota, is because things like this can happen. You have a carry that's got the highest win rate in the game at the start of the patch. Everybody's playing it, everybody's having a lot of success with it. All of a sudden, a couple weeks go by, or maybe a month goes by, I don't even know exactly how long it was, and then all of a sudden Bloodseeker is the top meta carry, a hero that wasn't really picked a lot, wasn't played a lot in the last few patches. From what I can recall, I didn't really see the hero a whole lot. Now he's just the best carry in the patch. It's honestly super awesome to me. I love Bloodseeker. It was a really long time before I got back into playing this hero, so I'm really glad he's back in the meta. This build is not what I used to play. I gotta say, I used to play the Blade Mail with Desolator back in the day, so that was mostly my style. It's just going and running people down, but the Radiance is a really cool addition, and the Aghanims Scepter as well. And Bloodseeker is a really easy hero to actually play and get value from, so if you're a newer player to Dota, you could be picking up the Bloodseeker and not having a lot of issues. The hero is very friendly. His kit is very simple to use. You should not fear in learning how to play the Bloodseeker if you don't know how to. Now, let me explain some of the best and worst matchups for the hero. Some of the best matchups are Slark, Anti-Mage, Riki, Alchemist, Tiny, Mars. These matchups you're really good up against, so you really have no struggles against these matchups. Heroes like Alchemist are really strong, but all you have to do is just get a BKB, and the Alchemist is not going to be doing a whole lot, especially if you ruptured them. There's just not a whole lot the Alchemist is going to do. Now, yeah, they can get a Lincoln Sphere, but you can easily just pop it with something else or get your teammates to pop it for you. It's not a really big deal. And if you can wait out for the Anti-Mage to use Counterspell, you can just rupture him, and he's not going to be doing anything around the fight. He's going to be an absolute creep. And heroes like Tiny and Mars just can't go toe-to-toe against the Bloodseeker, given you do have to be good on farm. If you're severely behind, you can get Tiny comboed, and you will die from that, so don't sleep on Tiny. It's not a complete counter. Tiny could definitely hold his ground, especially with the Aghanims Scepter Daedalus. That will always do a lot of damage, and with the Phylactery and a Blink Dagger and the Abatos combo, you could potentially die in the early to mid game. So keep an eye out for that. Tiny is not a complete one-sided matchup. He can go toe-to-toe up against you from time to time if given the right farm. He definitely can pull it. And some of the bad matchups are Viper, Axe, Juggernaut, Medusa, Spectre. I feel like these matchups are definitely playable for you. They're just a lot harder. Heroes like Spectre want to haunt you down and they just want to get rid of you very, very quickly. And they're super tanky. They typically like to go for items like Blade Mail and Radiance. So it can become tough to man up against a Spectre. So you really have to be very, very farmed, and building BKB is a must. That way you can get away from a lot of Spectre's damage. But heroes like Medusa and Juggernaut are a little bit peskier. Medusa having a lot of farm. Very difficult for you to burn through her mana pool with your build. Even though the Aghanims Scepter is really good, you still have to build a Diffusal, which will delay your timings a little bit. But I think the matchup isn't as crazy. But if the Medusa gets a Scotty, which she eventually will, that can be problematic. So basically heroes that can stop your regen from happening, that's when you can have a lot of issues on the hero. Heroes like Necrophos are pretty good up against you as well. So you need to keep these matchups in mind, or just natural Scotty buyers. You need to keep these heroes on the looks because Scotty is the bane of your existence. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you so much to everyone who comments on these videos and lets me know what's happening in the community, and also just correcting me sometimes. I'm not perfect. I make a lot of mistakes, and I do appreciate a lot of you guys giving me a lot of feedback on some of the things I say that I might be wrong at, and I do appreciate it. We're all learning together as a community, and I'm super happy and excited that I have one of the best communities in Dota. So I'm super excited to keep bringing you guys more videos. I hope you guys learned something. If you guys did, leave a comment down below and let me know if Bloodseeker is one of your favorite heroes, and if you guys are happy to see the hero back in the meta, because I definitely am, and I will be playing a ton of Bloodseeker and having lots and lots of fun before they nerf him into the ground, which will probably happen when a hero has this high of a win rate. Valve typically tends to nerf him into the ground, and it's pretty sad to see as he hasn't been meta for a while, and I just want to get some more games in on the hero now that he's back on my radar. I will see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching.